Welcome to NBA basketball. This is 2K Sports bringing it to you live. Wednesday in the NBA. It's going to be Andrew Bogut and the Milwaukee Bucks up against Paul Pierce and the Boston Celtics. And now out to Boston with Kevin Harlan, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg.
The home of the Celtics is sold out and noisy inside here in Boston. We've got the Milwaukee Bucks taking on the Boston Celtics. Bringing you another exciting NBA broadcast here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joining me, Clark Kellogg, and Steve Kerr. Now the starting group for the Milwaukee Bucks, presented by State Farm. Drew Gooden and Andrew Bogut, they're inside. Steven Jackson is out there with Jennings, and it's Red in at the 3. And for Boston, Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5. Hondo and Allen make up the backcourt, and it's Pierce in at the small forward position. And it's Milwaukee's ball. Here's Red. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
Tough run here the last couple of seasons for Michael Red. He's torn both his ACL and MCL the last couple of seasons, and he did both of them twice. It's almost unheard of. Where the defense has to commit so much attention to him. He's just an important part of this offense.
Jennings passes to Jackson. In low to Bogut. O'Neal's there. Shoots, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in. Thinking back to Michael Red's injuries, it was nice to see him back out on the floor at the end of last season.
Yeah, I agree with you there. You know, I'm partial and a little biased to him, Red. We're good friends, and he is a fellow OSU Buckeye, so that obviously rates high with me. But nice to see him back healthy, and I think he's got some good years ahead of him. He's a terrific leader, and now that he's been able to go through that the second time with that knee injury, I think he better knows how to get himself ready for NBA basketball.
He seems like a great kid. I know his family upbringing, so he's got a nice foundation right there, but he seems like he's a real good kid.
He's as high quality a guy as you'd ever want to be. The real deal.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Kevin, I was able to speak with Scott Skiles for just a moment. The battle on the boards is something that he knows will be a big barometer for how this game turns out. He said coming out ahead in rebounds is something that we simply have to strive for in this game. If we let them beat us up on the glass, it's going to be a long uphill fight. Guys?
Thank you, Doris, for that. Obviously, getting better position, Clark, on the boards is an issue.
Yeah, that and the will to get it done, Kevin.
Bucks on knee, following the three-pointer by Paul Pierce.
And you know, guys, last season, the expectations for Milwaukee were really high. But they just couldn't live up to those hopes. They won only 13 games away from home all year. And when you can't win on the road, you can't really be a successful NBA team.
That gives them the lead. Pierce has got 5 now. They need this. Puts up the baby hook, and they call goaltender. They'll give him the bucket.
He knows how to get to the basket, guys, especially when the defense is soft like it was there.
Celtics on offense. They trail by 1. Allen working against Jackson. Tipped away. Out of bounds. And they retain possession. Back to the Bucks. You know, Clark, you'd better play well on the road if you want to make the playoffs.
Yeah, that's a must. I mean, you got to be really solid and good at home and then respectable on the road. And the Bucks only won a third of its road games, and that's a definite way to be watching the playoffs in May.
Yeah, Steve just said 13 wins. It's hard to believe, but that's what they got, and so they're going to have to improve on that. Stolen by Jackson. Stolen by O'Neal. Gooden with the steal. Here's Jennings, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. First free throw is good.
Not a great year for the Bucks, and as they were eliminated from playoff contention, Jennings let his unhappiness with that and with the roster turnover be known. He was pretty adamant and demonstrative about it.
Jeff Green is checked in for Paul Pierce. And Rondo with the basket on the assist by Green. Rondo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Touching back on that story about Jennings, he has a bit of a point, but you still can't expect smooth sailing each year as a now third-year player. Steve, what do you think about that?
Well, you usually just have to work harder to get back to the playoffs, and I would think Jennings will do that. He was disappointing in his second season. His field goal percentage was way down. He's got a lot of improvement to make individually, and he doesn't need to worry about what's going on with the roster around him.
Well, that's a really slick move to come up with that steal.
And Garnett slams it home.
The only question there was who was going to finish it. Easy, fast break.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they made the right call.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
I love Kevin Garnett. He's kind of an old-school player. He doesn't hug players before or after the game. In fact, a lot of people think he's sort of disrespectful. But he just wants to win. He is a nasty competitor.
Some changes for Boston. Bass comes in for Kevin Garnett. And it's Avery Bradley in for Rajon Rondo. Takes the three. And Jackson with the basket on the assist from Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 3 assists in the game. We talk about Kevin Garnett, and Frankie just talked about his demeanor on the floor. One thing's for certain, the KG's between those lines. The last thing he's thinking about is making friends.
Yeah, he's got plenty of bark and bite to him, and some people are a little put off by it, but he's been that way pretty much his whole career. I don't see it changing. It served him too well.
The guy's been an artist with that three-point shot.
He sure has been, Steve. I mean, the majority of his points have come from out there.
Allen for 3, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
9 straight points for them off of wide open looks from deep. Something has to change for this deep.
Yeah, they're just giving up too many easy shots out there. They've got to close out harder, get a hand up, make him put it on the floor. Good team play there. You move the ball until you find the right shot for the right person.
They're a well-oiled machine, Steve. I mean, working extremely well as a cohesive unit. Every pass delivered on time and on target. A lot of ball movement and player movement. It's a thing of beauty.
And that one's good. 6 points for Brandon Jennings.
You know, it is really hard to miss shots that close to the basket.
And Bass kicks to Bradley. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
You know what? That's what you like to see. A perfect pass leading him right into the shot. Didn't even have to break stride.
Passes it to Green. It's stolen by Bogut. And that's an intentional foul.
I'm not sure what he was thinking about there. That's a strange foul.
Who knows? Maybe he just wanted to take a break for a minute.
At the line for the box, Brandon Jennings taking 2 shots.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Celtics leading by 4. Now here's Bass. D right on him. That is good.
Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
With 1 on the clock, jump shot is good. 10 points for Brandon Jennings. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. Celtics out in front, up by 4.
It was a pretty solid first quarter for this club. They limited their mistakes and really took advantage offensively.
You know what? I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways. That's excellent pressure and good activity with the hands.
More great action when we return. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And Milwaukee looking at who they've got. Ilyasova and Bogut, they're inside. Earl Boykins out there with Michael Redd. And it's Mbaka in at the small forward.
You know, it's really interesting, guys. The Celtics considered kind of a jump shooting team. You think of Paul Pierce and Ray Allen, but they were 25th in three-pointers made and 5th in the league in shots made at the rim. So a little bit of a contradiction there based on what you might think.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, guys, the Celtics have become a tight-knit family under Doc Rivers, adopting the Ubuntu, all for one. We like each other, said Doc, and we almost accept each other as family. And family, when you have a crisis, you yell at each other, you argue, and then you still like each other. He believes the open atmosphere builds a cohesive unit, guys, and it certainly pays dividends on the floor. Back to you.
Thank you, Doris. It is easy to see that relationship you talked about with the Celtics.
Yeah, you can see it on the floor, too.
Yeah, it's no big surprise to hear the fact that the Celtics function as a family because it's so visible during games, and you can see the effect Doc Rivers has had on this club over the years. I mean, he has become...
And he flushes it through. Spike Slamcam with the replay.
Now, that's just rubbing it in, fellas.
Throwing it down was stuck.
These folks are not going to forget that one anytime soon.
A few things you know you're going to get with a Scott Skiles coach team. Tough defense, tough-mindedness, fundamentals are going to be demanded. That was a formula to work for the Bucks in their playoff run in 2010, but they need to find some offense now.
Bogut backing him down. Now Garnett defending. And that one's good. 8 points for Bogut. Back to Skiles. Unfortunately, last year they were just okay in those areas. But, Steve, they just had a horrible offense.
They were very good defensively, Kevin, but they just could not score. And I think that's the big challenge this year for the Bucks if they're going to get back into the playoffs. They've got to find a way to get easy baskets offensively.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. O'Neal comes in for Troy Murphy. And it's Allen in for Carlos Arroyo. Now Boykins, and Allen picks him up defensively. Jackson dishes to Red, and the rejection by O'Neal. Celtics leading by 5. And here's Rondo. O'Neal with it. With the fadeaway. And there are the Celtics with another basket. Here's Boykins.
Well, the sweet shooting Ray Allen last year set the record for most three-pointers made in a career. Really just a testament to how dedicated he's been to the craft of shooting the ball.
And that is good.
That time he found a gap in the defense to turn that one into a very easy jump shot, a warm-up jumper, if you will.
No reason not to pull up for the three right there.
Bucks trail by 8. And Clark for Ray Allen. Not only has he made a lot of threes, he has been tremendously accurate. Steve, he's one of only 40 players in league history to shoot over 40% from distance for his career.
And it's not just the percentage, Kevin. It's the number of clutch shots he hits. It's the range. It's his ability to get a shot even on his own. He's not just a spot-up guy. He can score in so many different ways. One of the great shooting guards of all time, really.
Shoots a fader. Good. And it's a 10-point Celtic lead.
He doesn't need to fade away on that move. He can go straight up, make it an easier shot.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
He wants to make a few adjustments out there, and he's running through those with his team right now.
Well, Milwaukee had such a tough season a year ago. They had a lot of high hopes, but injuries seemed to derail them, and they never could get going, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Jeff Green is checked in for Boston. Avery Bradley comes in for Rajon Rondo. And then for Milwaukee, Andrew Bogut checked in for Douglas Roberts. Delfino comes in for Steven Jackson. And it's Jennings in for Earl Boykins. Going back just a bit, Milwaukee much more comfortable, it seems, Clark, playing Eastern Conference opponents. Of course, they see him much more.
Yeah, that's a familiarity as part of it, but also I think the fact that the Bucks prefer the slowdown game. And in the Eastern Conference, more teams play that way than don't. So the Bucks had a comfort level there and still had a tough time getting wins.
Jennings. And here's Boston. They're on a 14-6 run. Power down with both hands.
Now that's what I'm talking about. That's how you throw it down with force.
Yeah, to the hoop with reckless abandon, Steve.
Takes some courage, guys, because the defense was right there.
59 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Delfino. Allen against Jennings. The rebound by Pierce. Celtics leading by 12. Allen passes to Pierce. Front past the arc, and the Celtics hit again from deep.
Well, I like that he's come up with some big baskets for this team to help him out in getting this lead.
Now here's Jennings. He's got 12. Five on the clock. Lots of room. And it's Red, that time on the assist from Brandon Jennings. Red's got 8 points. Allen for 3. That's good.
He's put on an offense. Clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
Yeah, and if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this.
Here's Jennings. Takes it right up. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
That's good defense. Don't let a guy get a lay-in, foul hard, and send him to the free throw line.
Yeah, I like that billboard there. Sending a message. You can't come in here and get anything free in our paint.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. Puts it up, and he knocks it down.
That's got it. Feel good, ending the quarter on a positive note.
Yeah, you would know that feeling well, my friend, wouldn't you?
So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided.
Tremendous output from Allen. He has 23 points, and talk about the 3-ball for him. Wow, unbelievable from long distance.
Yeah, you are right, Clark. I mean, it's been fireworks from deep. He's just so dangerous out there.
Don't go away. We'll see you in a moment.
Welcome to HP at the half. I'm Damon Bruce, and we got a blowout in Boston. Boston leading against Milwaukee. Just a once-in-a-season shooting performance we're seeing from them. They're wearing out the twine. Ray Allen's been tremendous in the first half. His shooting percentage off the charts right now. He's got the magic touch from the field, no question about it. And for the Bucks, it's a grinded-out effort. They've been airtight with their defensive rebounding. No second-chance looks. Brandon Jennings has been on a roll in the first half. He's got 14 points and is also helping set the table. Who's ready to eat? Some great basketball in today's game from these two. They've carried the scoring load so far. Thanks so much for joining us here in the studio. We hope to see you next time. We'll send you back out to the second half.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. Here is Rondo.
Well, we all know what a fiery, competitive team the Celtics are, with Kevin Garnett in particular. And that's one of the reasons they were second in the NBA in technical fouls last season.
Rondo, Allen, and Pierce with the perimeter. Kevin Garnett and Jermaine O'Neal at the 4 and 5. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Bucks trail by 18. Outside Jennings. He's picked up by Rondo. Wide open look, and it's Red, that time on the assist from Brandon Jennings. Red's got 10 points in the game. And so speaking of the Celtics, you know, some have said, Clark, that they go overboard getting into it with other teams, players. That wasn't your game, but take us inside that whole world of the play.
You know what? I don't know if the Celtics do it any more than any other teams. I mean, Kevin Garnett is very demonstrative, has been since he's been in the league, and that intensity sometimes spills over. And I always felt that you had to be who you were. You couldn't try to fabricate something that wasn't part of your natural makeup. So if you are a guy that's verbal and a jawjacker, then you've got to do it within the parameters of what's going on in the game. If you're not, then you can't be that to try to improve your performance. So I've always said, like the young folks do, you know, do me, be you, you know?
And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Hi, Kevin. For the Celtics, so much tradition, and this group really wants to win another title to help cement their place among the great teams of the past. Paul Pierce said, I started thinking about that now because my career is winding down. I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I want to be known as one of the best players to ever play the game, so a lot is at stake. As long as we continue to win, everything will pan out the way I want it to. A lot of organizations don't have the legacy and history the Celtics have. So if my name is linked in that history, then it goes a long way. Guys, the Celtics playing not just for their place in the standings, they're playing for a whole lot more.
You can tell it means the world to him. Thank you, Doris.
Yeah, this team has so much respect for the great Celtics teams that came before them.
Jennings kicks to Jackson. And Allen picks him up defensively. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. That's on Paul Pierce.
Kevin, I think it's obvious for the Bucks to be successful. A lot rides on the shoulders of their former #1 overall pick in 2005, Andrew Bogut. He's got to be a force for him.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. And a switch here now also for Milwaukee. And Mbah-a-Moute is checked in for Drew Gooden. Clark was talking about Bogut and his team. 2 seasons ago, Steve, he had a breakthrough season, and the Bucks were the talk of the league.
Well, if he can get healthy, remember he had that elbow injury a couple seasons ago. I think it bothered him last year, but if Bogut can get healthy, I think Milwaukee could get right back into the mix. He's got a lot of talent. You can play through him offensively.
To stop the run, shot's good from Mbah-a-Moute. And Mbah-a-Moute has got his second bucket of the game to go. Here's Pavlovic over Jackson. Pavlovic with the bucket.
You know, it might not be the biggest margin, but don't take what they've done on the boards for granted. I mean, it's been a strong area for them in this game.
Well, you know, Clark, I mean, it all adds up. You do a little bit better job here, a little better job there, and you look up, it's a big difference on the scoreboard.
Here is Jennings. 14 points for him. Bogut dishes to Jackson. With the lead pass, and Mbah-a-Moute. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play.
Guys, the record was 37-15 for the Celtics against the Eastern Conference last season. Still one of the powerhouses, not just in the conference, but in the league.
They're just trying to get out and outrun their opponent, and that's exactly what's happening.
And I like the way the game plan is working quite nicely right now. I mean, they're running right by him and racking up a bunch of fast break points.
Jennings kicks to Bogut. Now Green defending over Arroyo. And there's Jennings. That's good on the assist by Bogut. 16 points for Brandon Jennings. Let me ask you guys, they're going back to the Celtics, eliminated by the 8 and 5 games in the playoffs. Clark, are they still a factor in the East? Steve.
Well, that's the way to corral that rebound and then go back. Back up with force. Make him feel it.
Yeah, you know, Clark, the work he does on the outside. Offensive glass is so impressive.
Now, that might be where he's most valuable to this team.
Well, the grimace of pain tells it all. He's hurt, and let's hope he's okay.
Boy, you hate to see this, Clark.
You sure do. I mean, tough to tell how bad it is just yet. Hopefully not too serious.
Making a switch here, the Bucks. Drew Gooden is checked in for Bogut. Douglas Roberts comes in for Mbamachi. Carlos Delfino's checked in for Michael Redd. Earl Boykins is subbed in for Steven Jackson. Delfino, good.
I tell you what, he'll be quite contented to sit out there behind the arc and knock down shot after shot if they're going to play defense like that. Tighten it up out there.
And here's Rondo. Baseline try, and Garnett gets it to go on the assist by Rondo. Rondo's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Myers from 14, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
He continues to do everything well out there.
You know what? And it's really hard based on that to determine what he's done best so far.
Pierce kicks to Green. LL, 6 on the shot clock. And there are the Celtics with another basket.
He's done an outstanding job all game long. Absolutely a great job of finding an opening against the defense.
Jennings against LL. Jennings. Both teams will make substitutions. And so he hits the goal. That'll be a 5-second call. It'll count. Unbelievable shot on buzzer.
Boy, this guy just as long as can be, even with the clock ticking down to 0, no pressure.
Gotta love the composure, right? Just didn't seem rushed at all. Just took his time and knocked it down.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Ray Allen really has his fingerprints all over this one.
But we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up these kind of big numbers.
And I would think that he most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
Celtics lead by 17. With Doris for our Spike marketing.
Can't they put that great stretch still put together? They get the spark award. And then that's where things start falling their way. And they clearly have momentum on their side as we head down the stretch in this one. showed us in the third period, guys.
Okay, Doris, thank you. Yeah, one really changes the complexion of this game.
Yeah, I thought it stirred something up in them and got them on the run.
Yeah, got the ball all over the field, and they were able to keep it going from there, guys.
Hey guys, I got a status report of my Bucks athletic trainer off. It's not news they were hoping for. His ankle is severely sprained. There's no chance of his return. It sounds like this injury could keep him out of the lineup for quite some time.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know one way or another. It seems to me he is, though. It's going to be a long time before we see him back in use.
That's such a shame. You'll always hate here of any player getting injured in this one. That's so important.
A nice shot by Boykins.
Now that's 3 of the last 5 takes beyond the arc.
Here we go.
And that's the problem when you don't protect the ball.
Exactly. When you surrender the ball like that, you put your defense at a huge disadvantage.
Here's Bradley. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
But you got to get the ball out of his hand, bring an extra defender, and force somebody else to beat you.
I agree with you. Make him give it up.
Outdoing. From downtown. And there's Boykins. That's good on the assist by Doolin.
He's been producing all night. It's up to the rest of his team to start canning in a little bit.
Easy shot. Bradley can't get it to go.
Yeah, they are getting out rebounded here, and it's showing up on the scoreboard as well.
Yeah, it's something they're going to have to improve upon if they're going to win this game.
Celtics leading by 11. A three. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
But you recognize there a good job by him that he can find some room behind that three-point line on the break.
I'll call the Bucks.
You know, the story with Milwaukee last year was a team that just struggled to score the ball, Kevin. I mean, nobody was able to consistently put it in the basketball.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Abahamute's checked in for good. Jennings comes in for Keon Doolin. And it's Udrich in for Earl Boykins. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I was able to listen in on what Scott Skiles was going over with his team. Turnovers are killing us, he said. We're making things way too easy on them. No more improvisation. Let's run our sets, make the right pass, and we'll get quality shots. Guys, back to you.
You know, the defense in transition typically is trained to protect type of open look you can get from beyond the arc under those circumstances.
On Clark on that note, only 6 Bucks in double-digit scoring averages last year. With Jennings, topping the list at 16.
Just the fact that the top scorer was only at 16 a game.
Yeah, and Jennings was shooting about 40%, so that's part of the problem. He takes a lot of shots. He doesn't always make them. So usually you need your top scorers to be high percentage shooters. It allows you to get back defensively, and it allows you to really be able to count on somebody night after night.
Head passes to Good. Shoots, and it's another Milwaukee shot right there going in.
Now the only way to stop him is to keep him from getting the ball in the first place.
A time call here. The Celtics decide to talk it over. They lead by 13. 1:53 left in the fourth quarter. Bob Mute's checked in for Chris Douglas-Roberts. Here's Rondo. Allen outside. Kicks to Rondo. Deflects the pass. Jennings with the steal.
Well, he was being overly optimistic there, thinking he could make that pass.
Stolen by O'Neal. Celtics leading by 13. Releases. Jennings knocks it loose. Here's Red. The shot's good. Jennings making the play.
You have to have such a great feel for the ball to get a finger roll like that to go.
Here's Rondo. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup.
They have really executed well here offensively.
Well, it's going to take a major catastrophe, a colossal collapse, for them to not walk away with the win.
Michael Red on the wing. From the arc. And again, Milwaukee with the triple.
That's his second three-pointer of the half and his third overall.
Jennings with the steal.
Well, I tell you what, after turning the ball over so much in the first half, guys, he's really settled down nicely since and doesn't have any turnover since the break.
And a whole new group out on the floor for the Celtics. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And he completes the three-point play. 56 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Rondo. Deflected. Out of bounds. No keep possession. Keon Doolin. He's checked in for the Bucks. Here's Rondo. Allen outside. Shoots over Jennings. Bullseye! 35 points for Allen.
Another bucket, and they are just pulling away here now.
Yep, no doubt about it. They're sprinting to the finish line.
Jennings against Allen. Jennings kicks to Red. Now Pierce defending. And it's Red, that time on the assist by Gooden.
Got such a good feel for his shot today, in a really good groove.
And he commits the intentional foul. Making a switch here, the Bucks. Udrich is checked back in.
First Tuesday. Into the lineup for the Bucks.
20 seconds left in the fourth. And an intentional foul right there.
He didn't have much choice but to foul. Unfortunately, this is the last guy you want to send to the free throw line.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they stopped the clock, but these free throws are pretty much automatic.
And he can't convert on the second. That misses. And it's Milwaukee's ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. For three, Dooling. It falls! And now they trail by just 4. Here's Rondo. And they're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Well, not much of a choice there. They pretty much had to foul.
Yeah, that's the only option they had to try to get the ball back to even this thing up.
At the line for the Celtics, Ray Allen will be at the line shooting 2.
Gets the first. That puts them up by 5. Making a switch here, the Bucks. perfect from the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
Huge free throws there, Kevin. He just put this game out of reach.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. They're trailing by 6. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, your thoughts?
Well, there's a little bit of time here to play with, so a 3 and a quick foul could make things interesting.
Very much so. Either way you cut it, they're going to need a pair of threes and some help at the other end as well. Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
And so it's Boston scraping by with the win. Well, they don't get much more exciting than that, Clark.
They sure don't. And when it was gut check time, this team kept their composure, kept their emotions in check, and got it done.
Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll see you next time. And now, our Jordan Player of the Game, Ray Allen.